After meeting in the lobby bleary-eyed at 5:30 in the morning, we boarded the bus and our journey began.
Let's see how chipper everyone is at 5 in the morning. Yeah, everyone's real chipper.
Hello!
She's gonna
so excited!
It's like the hidden cam right there. I hope someone saved me a spot. I will climb.
No? Okay, sounds good.
And he's right here. She's working her way up.
Oh.
Sorry. It's okay.
I'm wearing
Oh.
a new backpack.
You've got a backpack on.
Come here, girl. Did you make it? Look at all this.
Oh, it looks like there's a spot in the back for me.
Spring break! Dominican Republic!
The short, sleepy bus ride turned into an airport adventure. Some bought coffee, some bought food, some played games, and a little bingo, anyone? Some documented our trip. During our airport adventures, we learned a little bit about each other.
5 hours. Same as her. Except for she snored all night, so I kept waking up. 4.5 hours. 2. 2.5. 1.5.
Nice. Hey, Will Klein.
What's up?
How many hours of sleep did you get last night?
I think like 3-ish. But I'm feeling pretty good, you know?
About an hour. I wrote a job application at 2 in the morning last night.
I went to bed at 11:30, but I didn't sleep. Tossed and turned.
So no hours?
Maybe an hour to 2 altogether.
4.5, I think, if I'm lucky, I don't know.
I got 1 hour of sleep.
I got approximately 5 hours of sleep, but I got 3 hours the night before, so helpful.
I slept, well, if you count the time I overslept, about an hour last night. I got about 2 hours of sleep, maybe. I also got 4 hours of sleep. Got 2 hours and 20 minutes of sleep last night.
So last night I got 4 hours, a solid 4 hours of sleep.
Also got 4 hours of sleep, maybe a little bit more.
Okay, so I probably got like 5 hours of sleep.
5.
I got 3.5 hours of sleep.
I only got 1.5.
Packing was a lot different than I expected. It was sort of a centering experience. I packed over the space of about a week. And I tried to pack practically, but also in a very open way, ready for anything.
Packing was an adventure. I didn't pack until 1 o'clock in the morning, about 4 hours before we left. I kind of didn't really know what to pack until I looked at the checklist sheets. I Skyped my girlfriend and had her help me, and I was bustling around the room trying to figure out what to put in my suitcase.
Packing was pretty good. I mean, I really stuffed it all into one small carry-on, and I think I did pretty good.
Packing was alright. I'm really bad at it usually. So it took me like the whole day. Halfway through our journey, I'm about a 9 on the excitement scale. Now that we're almost there, I don't know how you can put a number on such things. I can't give it a number. Really excited.
I'm like 11 out of 10 excited.
11 out of 10. And my nervousness is probably blocking out my excitement, even though I have the tickets in my hands. But it's alright, I'll be fine.
Not seem excited right now, but I'm very pumped. I'm kind of tired, so this is why my face looks like this.
I'm excited.
I am so excited to be going to Dominican Republic. I got my skirt on. I'm in the big New York with the coolest Chadbourne people ever. Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it 10 of how excited I am because this is the first time I've ever left the country and I'm very excited.
1 to 10, I'm probably at like an 8.
Absolutely excited.
This is it, was the thought. One final plane ride, filled with in-flight movies, sleep, and the sky. Oh, and blue chips.
We made it. After a group photo and some celebrating, we were on our way. Woohoo!
After a little relaxation and some unpacking, we had orientation, a few good meals, and some reflecting. Then, let the lesson planning begin.
A ser feliz y aún estando moribundo sonreír.
First day was great. I played a lot of basketball and met a lot of cool kids. And they insulted me a lot, but it was good fun.
I enjoyed the first day. The food was great. That was probably my favorite part. Played a lot of basketball with the kids. That was definitely enjoyable.
The first day was interesting. I really enjoyed walking around the city to kind of see the culture and the dynamics before we got into teaching.
The first day was interesting to say the least, I would say. I think everyone kind of got their eyes opened up a little bit, and that was good for all of us.
Yesterday was it was really jam-packed because, like, you know, we wake up at like 8 or something and we were constantly doing like something, whether it be lesson planning, eating a great like traditional meal, or like, I don't even know, just playing with the orphans all the way up until 10 o'clock when we were sleeping.
The first day of teaching was very exhausting. We had second graders for 90 minutes with a recess in between, but it was hard to keep their attention, and they were very loud. There's some fights. The teacher tried to help out a little bit, which was really nice, but it was definitely hard to control them, so it was very exhausting. Like, by the end of it, I needed a siesta.
Right, well, the first day of class was incredible. At first, the first graders kind of scared our group. They were a little rambunctious. They got into several fights, and we didn't realize we were going to have to do both the disciplinarian role as well as teaching. And once we got used to that and kind of found the balance, we ended up being able to teach them the words that we were working on. As we progressed through the ages, it got considerably better.
Well, the first day of teaching was interesting. We learned how the kids, like the different age groups and different techniques to teach each one of them. The second grade class was my favorite. It was also the hardest because they have so much potential, but it's just like 40 kids in one classroom, which was hard. But they're my favorite because they're just so full of life.
So yesterday was our first day of teaching, and it was definitely interesting. Our first class started with a fist fight and some choking and flipping people off, and definitely wasn't expected since they were 5 and 6 years old. As the day went on though, it got a lot better. 4th and 5th grade was really successful, and I got a couple drawings that they gave me and stuff, and then the 8th graders were a little too cool for school.
Alright, yesterday was really good for me because everybody loved me so much.
First day of teaching was crazy and chaotic. Some of the classes were really good. Actually, our best class, we lost to a different team of teachers because they got the classrooms mixed up, unfortunately. But I did have one girl running across the desks chasing another girl through the entire room, but that was about as crazy as it got.
The first day of teaching was amazing. The kids were really excited to see us, and I think maybe more excited than we were to see them because we were really nervous. But looking back, we learned a lot during the first 2 classes that applied to the next 2, and I think they learned about us and like our styles of doing things. It was great.
The day of teaching was definitely a learning experience. For me, I had 3rd and 4th graders in the morning, and we thought it went really well. But then the second part of the day was 6th grade and kindergartners. And actually the kinders were ranging from 3 years old to 5. A lot of people thought the second half of the day went better. For my group, it was worse.
Okay, first day of teaching was definitely a learning experience. Our first 2 classes went pretty well. Then our afternoon was a little backwards from everybody else. We had 6th graders the first, and we didn't quite prepare enough or do a high enough level. And then we had kindergartners after that, where we just ended up reading and coloring and drawing and stuff. And it was fun, but it would be nice to have something prepared this time.
Yeah, in the morning we had 3rd graders, and it was about 75% boys, so it was pretty rowdy. And our 4th graders are angels.
With the help from some brains and muscle, our struggles went away. There were 5 stars, the days of the week, some dental hygiene, story time, jump rope, duck duck goose, group bonding, and fun.
como una excusa de ayer. Estamos quebrantada, te pide que te vayas y que ya no vuelvas, que ya no vuelvas, que ya no vuelvas. Yo aprendí.
While some were teaching, the sustainability group was hard at work, cleaning up the community and gardening.
A vivir sin ti, a vivir sin ti. Cuando te necesité y no estabas aquí.
Our first day was really good. We came with not a lot of ideas, so we didn't really know like as much as the other groups what we were gonna do. But once we got here, like we just had a meeting and we thought of like instantly just looking around a lot of things. So it was good.
All right, so right here to the left we have the garden beds, and they look completely different from the first day that we started to now. They were originally covered with weeds, and there were like these little small trees growing on the outside and inside the beds. And so we removed all the trees, and initially I thought de-weeding the beds would take, I don't know, like an hour. It would be like an easy afternoon project or 2-hour thing. Instead it took us like 2.5 days to like actually de-weed them all. And then we looked at the soil, and it wasn't very rich, so we had to transport it from a different part of the orphanage land and brought the soil in wheelbarrows. And we planted the cucumbers and peppers and cilantro and eggplant. And so first day was a lot of de-weeding. That's pretty much all we did was the first day. And I got a lot of sun. I was kind of cocky about my skin's ability to soak up the sun, and I got a little burnt.
Our first day, we definitely got down to it and did a lot of work. The beds that we had to work with were full of weeds and probably haven't been touched in many years. So we did a lot of weeding, and it was hard work. And we also kind of brainstormed some different ideas, and I left the day feeling like we accomplished a lot.
While we weren't teaching or hanging out at the orphanage, we had the chance to explore some of the other things that the local landscape and culture had to offer. A small hike up El Morro allowed for some great views and also some great reflection.
Hola! That's what those are. Oh my gosh.
Don't touch the dog.
The dog's gonna just win. Hi!
Hola!
Whoa. Oh, hello.
Hola.
Do something crazy. Do something crazy.
All right, like this.
Oh yeah, work it.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. You're touching your back.
Send him home. Send him home.
Wait, my cats, do that again.
1, 2.
The last day in the Dominican Republic, all of us went to the beach, and it was beautiful. We built sandcastles, got smashed by waves, and tanned, or burned in some cases. It was a perfect end to a wonderful week. In the morning, there was rain, but at the beach, the sky cleared up, and El Morro stood magnificently in the background.
CRC Global and our experiences in the Dominican Republic affected each of us differently through learning and confronting challenges.
Through playing games, seeing new sights, playing with coral,
Brushing our teeth,
or singing varsity on the rooftop under a full moon thousands of miles from Madison.
Every day promised new adventures and new friendships.
We learned about education, public health, and environmental discrepancies between the Dominican Republic and America.
We have learned the value of meaningful conversations and appreciating every moment.